Rising early on the morning of June 16th in Hiroshima, Japan, I caught the bullet train to Osaka, where I boarded a noon flight to Jakarta, Indonesia, with a quick layover in Seoul, South Korea. I arrived in Jakarta around 8 p.m. and was met by an OAT representative who took me to my hotel about an hour away from the airport. Since I arrived in Jakarta 2 days before the beginning of the actual tour, I was on my own and had pretty much decided just to hang around the hotel because the city did not look safe. But I met two Chinese brothers from Hawaii who had also arrived early for the same tour, and we decided to hang out together for those next 2 days. On each day, we caught a taxi to a major, very modern shopping mall. Both the mall and our hotel were in sharp contrast to the city itself, which was very crowded and dirty. It was also incredibly hot and humid. The Hawaiian brothers' names were Clayton and Wendell Chang, and you couldn't meet two nicer or goofier guys. They both had hearts of gold. They were apparently pretty wealthy and they didn't mind spending money. They paid for our taxi rides and my meals during those 2 days, and during the entire rest of the tour, they were always making handouts of goodies to little kids. I seriously believe that they brought more things to give away than clothes for themselves.
Did you lock up your passport today?
On the night of the 18th, the other members of the tour group arrived, and we met our trip leader, Imam, who became a very good friend to me while I was there. On the morning of the 19th, we headed out for a tour of parts of the city, visiting first the old Dutch Quarter.
Blocking the road.
Although it wasn't included on the itinerary, while in the old quarter, several of us visited a doll and puppetry museum that proved very fascinating. It was well worth the extra 50 cents it cost to visit. Central Mosque of Jakarta was built in 1961, and it is the largest mosque in all of Southeast Asia, with a supposed capacity of 200,000 worshippers.
Fleksibel, gimana panjangnya ini Pak? Iya, ini pendek-pendek. Selanjutnya.
I gotta get one of those uniforms. October 31st come around, I walk around in one of them. Oh, I guess.
I thought it interesting that the Central Mosque was built right across the street from the old Dutch cathedral. The National Museum of Jakarta was interesting, but not really very impressive. These Imbus statues are ancestor poles, which show the dead one above the other, and the carved wing at the top is a phallic symbol representing fertility and power. They were traditionally carved to accompany a feast held after a head-hunting raid. The display of prehistoric life surprisingly included no mention whatsoever of the famed Java Man.